Prepositions are a core part of speech that shape how we use language. They typically produce prepositional phrases, making them useful elements because they introduce objects in the sentence. Prepositional phrases also become problematic when the passive voice is used excessively, because they can subordinate subjects and lose your reader. I have made another video discussing the active voice and the passive voice. The link is embedded on your screen now, and there is a link in the description if you want to learn more later on. People often struggle with prepositions, particularly when it comes to identifying prepositional phrases. On the surface, prepositions seem abstract, but they influence our writing significantly, so understanding what they are and how they are used is important to improving your writing and to ensuring that your communications achieve their maximum impact. So first things first, how do we identify prepositions? One trick that I like to use is to build a house and see how many prepositional phrases or just prepositions I can develop involving this house, this object. So we all know that a human being cannot be the house because the house is a separate object. Yet a human being can go to or towards the house. A person can walk in the house or into the house. They can walk out of the house. They can jump over the house. I know the prospect seems unrealistic, but it's not impossible. They can be at the house when they text the inhabitants of that house. They can run around the house to the back door, or they can jump through the window and break in. Once inside, they can go up the stairs, or once they discover that nothing is up the stairs, they can go down the stairs and out the front door. Then they can walk away from the house. All of these are examples of prepositions. To, towards, in, into, of, over, at, around, through, up, down, out, and away are some examples of prepositions that we use in everyday life. Prepositions are particularly useful because they introduce objects. I mentioned this at the beginning of the video. Some of the examples presented here are the main ones that we use daily. A prepositional phrase often introduces the direct object which corresponds to the verb, but too many prepositional phrases can wreak havoc in a sentence and obscure meaning. This is not a warning against using prepositions altogether. Prepositions are an essential part of speech. That can't be denied. Like any part of speech, however, we must watch how we use them and how their use fits the context that we're working with. So this is a brief introduction, but it ties into passive and active voice. This video gives you the basics, and it allows us to scaffold the discussion into the practical, tangible ways in which we use prepositions. Thanks for watching.